Hello, gamers. It is the 25th anniversary of RuneScape, and there are more updates than ever before. Included in that are a couple really nice quality of life updates for our favorite eight-legged friend, Sarachnis. There have been two notable updates to the encounter recently. The first is a private instance that costs 25,000 coins or 12,500 after completing the hard tier of combat achievements, as well as a new unique drop, the pristine spider silk. Now, when you use this silk on an herb sack, it creates the silk-lined herb sack, which increases the herb sack's capacity from 30 grimy herbs to 100 each. Pretty significant increase, especially for all you iron memes out there. Being somewhat of a Sarachnis enjoyer myself, I currently have 2,900 KC going for the pet while I work from home. I figured I would put together a quick guide going over the fight, how to AFK it, and see how cheaply I can do it. So whether you'd like to grind Sarachnis for the pet and hate yourself like me, or if you just want to get in, get the silk, and get out, hopefully this guide helps you do that. And to make Sarachnis AFK, we want to prioritize magic defense. While Sarachnis is weak to crush, she does spawn a spiderling that attacks with magic, and we'll just have to tank those hits. Carol's is perfect for this. Now, taking that into account, I'm going to walk you through a few different setups you can use, starting with the most budget friendly. Now, you can swap out Carol's for Blessed D'hide, but you lose 20 magic defense, so I just don't think it's worth it. I also had a goal to keep this under 5 mil for a total setup. I overshot that by a little bit, but the bulk of that is made up by the Arania boots, which are roughly 3 mil, so that's more than half of the setup. However, these are key to making it AFK because they allow you to move freely when Sarachnis uses her web attack, so you never get stuck. As far as upgrades for gear, you can switch out the Glory for the Fury. You can also switch out the Cudgel for a zombie axe. Now, just those two alone are going to drive up the total by quite a bit, but you're going to get much better DPS. Speaking of DPS, the Tyrannical Ring I don't think is a hard requirement, so you could easily exclude that. However, it's got a +4 crush bonus inherently and +8 if you imbue it, so it's going to be really nice for getting more kills per trip. Now, this next tier is quite a jump up in price. It's the Blood Moon set with the dual macchiatos. I've been using this for the past like 2,000 KC. I think it's super cozy. Obviously, your mage defense is a little worse in this gear, but that's where your Blood Fury comes in. It really picks up the slack. I also bring a spec weapon and thralls if I'm not feeling super AFK, but with this setup, I've been able to put together 15 to 22 kill trips pretty consistently. And I'm not uber rich. I don't have Torva, I don't have Inquisitor, I don't have any of that stuff, so this is perfect for me. You want to get really crunchy and nerdy with it? I'm also going to include the DPS calculator link for all three of these layouts in the description below. And since you're down there, my YouTube metrics say that only the hottest people like and subscribe. It's so weird. Consider proving the algorithm correct on this one. Now, how the fuck do we get to Sarachnis? Sarachnis is located in the Forthos dungeon, which is in Great Korend, just west of Hosidius. Now, the two easiest teleports are going to be the Xeric's Talisman. You can go to Xeric's Glade. What that's going to do, it's going to put you directly east of the first entrance here. You can see it's behind these dead trees. Run west and then boom, you can climb the ladder down and you are in. The other option is you can reminisce either using the Book of the Dead or Cardist's Memories. Cardist's Memoirs? Memorial? Memorandum? Am I saying that right? Cardist's?
Nope.
Cardist's Memoirs. This one. This item that I'm putting on the screen right now that you all know and love. You can reminisce on that, guys, and you can put lunch by the Lancellums and it'll take you just to the west of this fishing spot. What I like to do also is I like to use the lunch by the Lancellums because if you just run west here, you can come to the Hosidius kitchen, use the bank chest, then you can re-gear up. You can snag all of the stuff that you need to go down into the lair really quickly. Now get your newspapers ready because that's where we're going next. All right, and here is our setup, guys. Realistically, it's just as much high healing food as you can afford or want to bring. Then a few prayer potions. Make sure we keep our protect from melee up. A super combat potion if you wish. I'm also bringing the Book of the Dead, a holy wrench, and divine rune pouch so I can cast thralls. You may not have access to that. That's totally fine. I'm going to show you how many kills we can get without using thralls, but I wanted to give you guys a good layout of what your inventory can or should look like. Also, I'm bringing a dragon dagger as a spec weapon. So we're going to go through this entrance here. Then we're in the Vorthos dungeon proper. We're going to run past these undead druids. Careful that one's not leaked out around over here. If that happens, you can just throw up a quick protect from mage because they do hit quite high. Then we're going to run through the spiders here and we'll slash these webs. And boom, there we are. And we've got someone, Mr. Run Weasley, using the Guffins method in 2026. God bless him. So what we can do is I can show you how the private instance works. You just right click and hit fight privately. So you can start either a solo fight, you can start a fight that friends can join, or join a public or friends fight that's already in progress. Pretty simple stuff. The private instance respawn times are a little bit longer, so we're gonna hop around a little bit and see if there's a world that may be free. Okay, and straight away we found a free world, which is great. First thing you want to do before you hop in is pray from range. If you are away from Sarachnis, she will shoot you with a missile attack, so we're gonna activate that, step in, and then as soon as she attacks, you're going to want to run up. Once you are right around her, just flip on the protect from melee, and that's realistically it. If you have your spec weapon, make sure to use it when she's not moving so you can keep up, you don't catch an errant missile attack, and wield your crush attack weapon again, and then boom. That's really it, guys. Make sure you drink your super combat. That's helpful and important, and that's pretty much it. Now, these magic boys, the blue ones, they have a max hit of 11. So I would recommend just keeping your health above like 37 here. We're going to go ahead and eat because we don't want to get double stacked by like a 26 all of a sudden, right? Or a 22. That's how math works all of a sudden, and be caught off guard. So you can even set up an alert in your plugins if you want to make sure to like ping you if you are doing this truly AFK. And you're just sitting here eating, clicking again the boss, making sure your auto retaliate is on, and that's all there is to this method. The Urania boots really do the heavy lifting here. I would not recommend doing this if you don't have that. I mean, you can, but you're gonna have to be a little bit more locked in for what is really just a piss easy boss. And there we go, easy as that. First KC, and we're gonna go ahead and snag that. We're gonna pop on our protect from melee to time up with the timer, and then boom. You don't even have to initiate the first attack if you don't want. You could stand outside of the spawn here and Sarachnis will automatically go for you. It's just that easy. So I'm gonna stay here for this trip. We're gonna see how many kills we can actually get under our belt, and I will be back to report here shortly. Okay, guys? And that's gonna do it. A humble 19k for our last kill. I'm gonna go ahead and head back out to our player-owned house. Since we are completely out of food, not too bad in terms of loot here. So about 265k from that trip. You do have other things like the cudgel, which is a little bit more expensive, and then obviously the pristine silk if you're looking for that. But that's like 1 in 50, so it shouldn't take you too terribly long to get that, hopefully. We were able to put together a 10kc trip with just this gear, which is not too bad, honestly. The way I typically reset is I will drink from my ornate pool, I will teleport back using the lunch by the Lancilium's teleport, and then I will get directly back into it. You can also use your jewelry box if you have that. Alternately, if you don't and you're a poor ass like I used to be, at least poor in house terms anyway, you can use a ring of dueling. Just teleport back to your house, maybe bring a ring of dueling and use that as your one-click teleport, then get yourself to the Ferox Enclave. You can obviously drink from the pool of refreshment, and you've got a bank right there, so that's also an option. You can splash in trimmed armor like it's 2016 if you want to. Also at Ferox, it's an option if you want to do that. So with that said, we've also got a couple of the peripheral drops, the tattered pages, and I'm going to show you guys what those are used for. The tattered pages are part of a mini quest called In Search of Knowledge, and you can start that quest by talking to Brother Amiri, who is right outside Sarachnis' lair in the Forthos dungeon. Now, if you've already completed the quest, Forthos dungeon NPCs will still drop these pages. Sarachnis will drop them at a 1 in 5 rate. You can actually take them to the Arceus library and trade them into Legosia. They will give you 1,000 coins per page, so it's nice to stack them up, and then if you want to just like run over here after your trip, you can cash them in or keep them in the bank or whatever. They're your pages, man. And that's about it. Job done. I appreciate you watching this all the way to the end. First and foremost, I do hope you found this guide helpful, and I wish you the best of luck on your pet hunt or your pristine spider silk hunt. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you know where to go. Hit me up. Let me know what you think. And until next time, happy scaping.